There's Mikey T again. I woke up, I looked over, and there he was, Mikey T from Mike's Sportsbook, Michigan's premier sports betting hotline. What a beautiful day today, Friday, April 4th. Opening day in Comerica at the city. Mikey T had missed the train to the city. We were star-shocked from last night's overtime loss as we had the Anteaters of Cal Irvine in the NIT championship going up against the Chattanooga Monarchs. Mikey T's 5-star lock was in the parlor. People come. They got the 5-star lock, and it didn't win. It was a loser. We lost in overtime to the Monarchs, 85-84. It was a heartbreaking loss. It was, we were given 3.5. We were down by 1 at half. In about the 5-minute mark left in the game, we were up by 7. And that's when the 3-point sharpshooters came out and Chattanooga started hitting. They tied it and went to overtime, and the Monarchs get the victory. Congratulations to Chattanooga Monarchs. And Mikey T has to regroup at the sports book and move forward. Picked ourselves up by the bootstraps. We don't have a rear view mirror, so the past is the past. Today is the day. And we got winners, people. Winners never quit, and quitters never win. It comes down to money management. Tips, analysis, and predictions, people, right here at the Sportsbook in the Great Lakes state of Michigan. Protected by Michigan, Superior, Huron, Erie, and Ontario. Mikey T, dotting his I's and crossing his T's. Let's get with them. Tips, analysis, and predictions. Well, the NIT championship finished up, and then we had a couple games on the hardwood in the college basketball crown tournament. And Villanova gets by USC by 1 point, 60-59. Also, UCF turns away Cincinnati Bearcats, 88-80. So that college basketball crown championship is still up in the air. NIT is over. We turn our attention to tonight's women's Final Four. Texas going up against South Carolina. UConn going up against UCLA. And then on Saturday, we've got the men's Final Four. Auburn going up against Florida. And Dukies going up against Houston. It's going to be interesting this weekend. That's why they call it madness. Because when the winning streaks meet the losing streaks, it's complete chaos, people. If you've been following Mikey T for the last 2 years, I'm upwards of 216 subscribers. We get on these streaks of 6, winning, 3, winning. We lose a couple, we win a couple, we win, we lose, we win, we lose. We stay focused, we stay diligent, we dot our I's, we cross our T's, we do our homework. We're not discouraged by outside disturbances. We don't listen to everyone. We listen to ourselves. No one knows more than you. No one knows more than me. You know what I'm saying? It's tips, analysis, and predictions. And let's get to the tips. First tip is that these teams traveling across country, they need rest. And when teams aren't getting that rest, they seem to have a little jet lag. They seem to have a little hangover. So we need to have the proper rest when we're traveling. East Coast to West Coast, West Coast to East Coast, we need to have some rest. And if there isn't, it's burning the candle at both ends. So that's one tip. The other tip is that you can't overload your bankroll. You got to stay focused, okay? And then when it comes to baseball, last year, I mentioned it, I beat it in everybody's head every broadcast, is that the home team in Major League Baseball won't not get swept 80% of the time. I had a friend that had a friend that had a friend that was in prison, and he was doing 10 years of straight prison time. Well, to keep him occupied, he did 10 years of research. And in 10 years of research in the MLB, it showed that 80% of the time, the home team in baseball will not get swept. Whether it's a 2-game series, a 3-game series, or a 4-game series. So if you're managing your bankroll and you're keeping good statistics and you're following these baseball series, who's in and who's not, who's home and who's not. The home team will not get swept 80% of the time. So that can contribute to when you're gambling. You know, your bets are going to vary. Going to have varying amounts. So that's when you can capitalize on this home team strategy not getting swept 80% of the time. We're only like 7 or 8 games into the Major League Baseball season of 2025, and it's already happened 2 times. Henceforth, I'll bring it to your attention. The Tigers were in Seattle, right? Tigers were visiting Seattle. And the Tigers won the first game 4-1. Then they won the second game 9-6. And then Scooble was on the mound. And that's when Mikey T went with Scooble as a 5-star lock. Seattle, get it done. They win 3-2. They not only beat Mikey T, they beat Scooble. And they proved that system to be true. Seattle did not get swept. They won 1 out of the 3. Cha-ching. Okay, now we'll turn our attentions to the Bronx. Arizona Diamondbacks came in. Yankees were hot. They hadn't lost. Arizona won the first game 7-5. They won the second game 4-3. That third game, Yankees win 9-7. They do not get swept 80% of the time at home, baseball teams. Come on, people. Follow that little system. Notate it. Just follow it yourself. The home team in baseball will not get swept 80% of the time. So if they lose the first one at home, play them on the second game. If they lose the first 2 at home, play them on the third game. If they lose the first 3 at home, they're good for that 4th game. That's bumping up the bets and getting square with the book. That's what it is. Mikey T at the sports book, that is. Tips, analysis, and predictions. You know winners never quit, and quitters never win. We got Yankees going to Pittsburgh Pirates tonight. We got Tigers at home against the White Sox today. What a beautiful day this March Friday is. Mikey T, people. Why do we call Mikey T? Well, he gives us winners on the daily. He tells us the tips, the analysis, and the predictions. He gives us the directions to go right or left, up or down, backwards or forwards. It's all relevant. You've got to dot your I's and you cross your T's. They're not doing it out west. They don't have time for it. They don't do it down south. They're not interested in it. They're not doing it out east. They're too busy for it. It's not happening in the Northern Territory with all these tariffs. Not going down that way, people. Right here in the Great Lakes State, Michigan, as in Sparties, as in Go Blue, as in Mikey T and the sports book, people. Let's get it together. Dot the I's, cross the T's. If you're new to the station, in the Discord, in the description, hit the Discord. Get over to the community lounge. You'll voice chat with the other players. You'll voice chat with Mikey T. You'll see how we do it, people. It's simple. Scared money never wins. You do not change your mind, and you're not influenced by outside disturbances. You stay focused. You got to study your material. The seasons change, and so do the bets. We got UFC cage fighting this weekend, people. We got baseball going on, NBA action going on, NHL going on, the women's Final Four, men's Final Four. You tuning in to Mikey T at the sports book. You guys have a great day. Enjoy the games. Go Tigers over the White Sox. Go Yankees over the Pirates. Let's get Texas Longhorns to upset South Carolina in the women's. Let's think UCLA with that 7.5 in the hook can hold off University of Connecticut. And on Saturday, don't be afraid. Houston Cougars can send Cooper Flagg home. Yes, they can. And Auburn does not have enough for Florida, as the Gators will advance to the championship game. Hopefully, Mikey T in the sports book. You guys have a great day, and we'll be in touch shortly. Get that horn out. If you haven't noticed, you got to get a watch. You got to get it. You'll be happy. Put a change in your life, people. Have a good day.